Welcome back to the Following Films podcast. I'm your host, Chris Maynard. Every once in a while, a movie comes along that refuses to fit in a neat little box. It doesn't care about genres, and it certainly doesn't care about playing it safe. That's exactly what writer Tyler Cornack has delivered with Mermaid. Released by Utopia, this film is a sun-drenched, deeply surreal piece of indie cinema centered on a desperate Florida man who discovers a wounded reptilian mermaid and decides to shield her from a ruthless world. It's bizarre, it's beautiful, and it features a brilliant ensemble cast, including today's guest. You know him from massive blockbusters, definitive political satires, and decades of unforgettable character work in projects like Veep, Dave, and Transformers. In Mermaid, he steps into the frame to play Keith, a calculating, menacing figure who serves as a massive threat to our main characters. The phenomenal Kevin Dunn is on the show today. It's a loose, insightful, and entirely candid conversation with an absolute veteran of the craft. Here's my interview with Kevin Dunn. Hope you enjoy the show. Thanks. Hey, Kevin, how are you today?
Good, Chris. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do this, man. I really appreciate it.
Got a couple of DVDs there in the background.
I got a few. There's a couple of yours in there in the mix. So yeah, absolutely.
I still love that. I don't have a DVD player anymore, but I need to get one, and because it's just I still have so many movies.
Well, that's kind of the thing. It's even if you didn't have a player, to me, it's all the memories that are associated with every one of those things and for you, personal memories that go along. But I can remember the theater. I think I saw almost every movie I've seen in to some degree where there's a specific memory tied to them. So same thing with music, but thank you.
And those you used to, people would buy those. So you used to get residuals.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that not the case anymore?
Streaming, you get a check for 47 cents and you're like, okay. It could get you through lean times,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's one of the parts of the film industry that has just evaporated. There's still there's kind of a boutique element to it where it's making a comeback now in the same way that like vinyl is making a comeback, but you can't count on that sort of the sort of ancillary income from it.
You feel like a musician with Spotify,
Yeah, exactly. I got to ask you something kind of specific about the film. About Mermaid. Do you ever consider the exit and the entry when you're thinking about a film? How do you come on screen and how do you leave screen? Because in this film, you have an amazing entry into the film and your exit is even better. So I'm wondering if that's something you think about, because the little bit of acting I've done, that was something I would think about. How am I introduced and how do I leave?
Yeah, it never was a whether or not I wanted to do it. I mean, it was kind of based on how good the writing is.
Of course.
But yeah, I mean, this came up very quickly. They didn't. The actor who was doing the role was gone. He didn't, and it was the last day.
Oh,
so, yeah. So, and that's just basically the whole role. And Tyler called me and asked me to look at it, and I looked at the scene and said, "Yeah," because it was that kind of scene. It was like, here's this guy on this yacht, and he's sitting there with this mermaid on a table. Yeah, you can't get better than that. But the writing was great. It was just what a creep. And I was delighted to play a billionaire creep.
Well, it's you get to be a scary, scary individual without really raising your voice.
Right.
It's a fantastic turn.
Yeah. It's just right away when I read it, I was like, oh, the banality of evil. That's where we are. And yeah, it was a lot of fun, and we had a good shot. We had a lot of, that was it for the day. That was that scene. So we had plenty of time to play with it. And, I was fortunate for that, because a lot of times it's like, let's go, we're done and move on. But there was a lot of nuance to that scene and kind of ways to go. So I was very happy that Tyler put that much time into doing that scene, that he allotted that much time. So yeah, it was great.
it's there's a lot going on in the film where it kind of turns multiple times and you have all these different sort of movies in one. I can never, this is a movie I for one couldn't get ahead of. It's not that it's
Yeah, you can't pin it down. You can't.
you don't know what you're watching, and I mean that as a compliment. I love it because I see a lot of films and you often feel like, oh, I've been down this track
You're
before, I know where
ahead.
this is
Yeah, you're
going.
ahead of the game. But
No,
yeah,
not with
it's
this.
just you don't really know. This guy is such a he can't communicate with anybody. He's an addict, and you could think that this can really go downhill fast.
Well,
There
there,
isn't a hint that it's going to end up that he redeems himself or that, it's such a disaster. Everybody in it is a disaster, in their own way. And kid lives, I mean, at least he's got a roof over his head, but,
yeah,
his dad, it was his best friend's, his best friend is his drug dealer and he owes him money. It's just like, how, what, just coming up at the short end of the stick, you
yeah.
know, just like your fate is you're doomed. Um, and he was. So you kind of are like, a lot of times you're thinking he's not going to pull us out. He can't. He doesn't have the tools, you know. And what's going to get eaten at sea? Who knows? You just didn't know, you know.
Well, yeah, it's
And it's kind of thematic for Tyler because that's what he writes about. And the whole thing with the Florida, is what my character says. You just don't know what's going to happen there, and you don't.
yeah, it's true.
So yeah. And they just did a beautiful job on it. A lot of talent in front of and behind the screen on that. Those guys, his producers, his people, just hands on. They knew the drill. They will do anything that needs to be done. They're not, you know. And yeah, his DP was beautiful. It was just beautifully shot,
It is.
lush, and I mean, the costumes were so carefully done. It's just you didn't have to work to see where that okay, I'm here. It just gives it to you. And,
And
and
the
I
creature design. I mean, I
oh,
can't imagine that this was an expensive movie in the grand scheme of things, but you
you heard
look
the
at the
story about
creature.
the the creature costume.
Yeah, I'm sorry, what was that?
The story about the creature costume.
Yeah, I don't know anything about how it
Well,
happened. I
he
try to
had a
go in as
guy.
blind as
He hired a
possible.
guy and paid him a lot of money. This big, uh, uh, kind of noted who made that kind of prosthetic, those kind of costumes. And the guy, they were ready to start shooting, and he said, "I can't do it. I don't have it." And he had a week. He hired these people, and they came in with that costume, and it was, I mean, under the gun. That whole film was just.
Wow.
They came up. I mean, they were lesser human beings would not have pulled that off.
That
You know.
that's incredible because you fixate on the, it's not like Jaws where you just kind of
Oh,
rarely see it. It's you spend time with it. This
and
is
it's
a
just
fully realized
prosthetics and the costume and how they
yeah.
seem, how they, yeah,
You
just
know,
like. I mean, even continuity alone, it's like, okay, where was that barnacle? Wasn't it above her cheek?
oh, and there's so
Just
many.
pay
Every
attention to
little inch of her
detail.
skin has something different going on it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
incredible.
So yeah, I was really happy to do it.
Well, I was watching the film knowing that I was going to interview you. So I had that in the back of my mind, but probably 10 minutes in, I let go of that and just, kind of put the pad down and just watch the movie and let it do its
Mhm.
own thing. Then maybe an hour in, I start, kind of that pops up again. It's like, did I not recognize him? Where is he?
Did he
And just,
quit?
but then the
Got the
moment
credit and quit?
when you come in and you just say 2 million, it's like, oh, there he is. Now I see. And it becomes that's sort of the third act of the film is your part of it. And so it's a smaller role, but it's something that really to me defines what the movie is.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of the essence of it. It kind of comes out and explains itself. Okay, this is what
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a movie with a lot more on its mind than just a simple creature film. It's not just a horror film. It's not a comedy. It's this thing
Yeah.
about male loneliness. And there's, for as off the wall and irredeemable as some of these characters are, there's something oddly relatable about the sort of his strife and then not being able to communicate and
Yeah.
those
I
things
mean,
that
even poor Gator, you feel for the guy.
of course,
Then
of
again, look at
course.
his dad.
He didn't have a shot.
No, no. Um, so yeah, and it's just, and sometimes, and you do watch the film and say, well, I guess it's just too stacked for some people. It's just they've just been gotten this shitty hand,
Yeah.
and that's how life is. There's just so much of that going on, and so you kind of go, wow, this really isn't a comedy. I mean, there's good humor in it, but
Oh, for
to
sure.
me, it's much more of a serious film. I would never call it a comedy.
It
Um,
it has comedy in it, but it's not the
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, there's great films that are total serious dramas who
very
have
true.
fantastic comedy in it. But I
Yeah.
think that's a strength of it is that it has that. But the second time I saw it, I was just so much more taken by the. It was sad,
Right.
and these people, partying like it's 1999 and they're like 60 years old, and it's just like, wow, this is really that's where that was his world. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
You go to this Tampa Bay, it's just all these hotels, and behind them are these tiki bars, and people just like it's like spring break every night, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. For people that haven't been in college in 40 years.
Yeah,
So
yeah, right. Who majored in kinesiology? So,
but, Kevin, I know we're out of time right now, but thank you so much for taking the time and congrats on the film. You got a special one here. I love a
oh,
movie
thanks.
that I can't pin down.
Thanks.
This
I'm
is
glad you liked it.
but I got one last super quick
Yeah.
question. I go to Chicago a minimum of 3 to 4 times a year for the last 5 years now. Where should I go out to eat next time I go there?
See if Les Carole is open. It's
Les
near
Carole.
downtown. Yeah, Les Carole.
Les Carole.
It's a
Okay, got it.
it's a Italian joint. It's changed so much, I can't keep up with it. But if that's still open, it's just a really great Italian joint. And most of the places out on Taylor, near University of Chicago, just on the near south side, a lot of those Italian places
Yeah.
are good. But just good, real Italian food. Um, I mean, there's some great French restaurants and stuff. I don't have my list anymore. I miss
That's
the
okay.
food there,
I can
but
start
they
with that.
change so often,
It's very true. It's different
and I
every
think
time
a
I
lot of
go.
places closed, you know. Um, Gene and Giorgetti's, I think, is still open for a great steak.
It
It's
is.
down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. It was great. And most of the places I would go out would be in neighborhoods, like a German restaurant on the north side, or there was always, or go get Vietnamese food, up in Uptown, and I mean it was the ethnic stuff you could get, just the real thing. So Thai food that would just blow your head off, but you couldn't stop eating it, that kind of stuff. So I miss
It's
that.
legitimately one of my favorite food cities in the country. So I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Great
don't think
place.
New York's got anything on Chicago.
Same here. And then I used to live in Northeast New Jersey. I would go into the city all the time, but I'm with you 100%. But I know we're at time and I don't want to keep you into the next one.
Oh, no
Thank
problem.
you, Kevin.
It was
I
fun
appreciate
talking to
you. You as well. Take care.
And I don't
All
wanna
Thank you
go
too. Bye-bye.
Not this time. You think the story gets old, but I don't mind. After all the things she said to me, after all I know she cares. But that night, I was not alright. I've never been there, so I was quite scared. So I miss my friends so. I miss my friends, I miss my friends so.
I am not going to feel good tomorrow, dudes. I got a feeling I think that one goes up. Hangovers?